welcome to round 2 with Breach Titan. I really don't like this hand. If Bolt or Anger is good against our opponent, this hand is like pretty solid. But Scape Shift is just so bad in this hand. We're going down 3 cards. I guess like any spells we draw are also good. I'm gonna give it a try and see if we just hit a matchup where Bolt is good. Should F4 instead of F6 in case of exactly what's about to happen. Land? That is a free roll. Okay, so how do we sequence here? This makes our hand a little easier to sequence because we can wait on the Cinder Glade. So I just play this tap to minimize damage dealt to myself. Grim? Okay, that's actually very good for us. It's very good for us. If that was Eidolon, things get a little wishy-washy. But this is okay. So I want to go... Guess it doesn't really matter which of these. I have to Farseek for a mountain because of how Farseek works. You can't just get a basic forest. And there we go. Four, five, six. Source. No attacks with Grim? Okay, attacks with Grim. That's fine. Hopefully our opponent has drawn an Eidolon. Oh, is this a Tarkus command for the bonus damage? Sure. Um... I think I want to Anger here because I think my opponent's hand is clogged with 2 mana spells and I want to minimize their damage production with them. Especially if they fire off the first Targus command like that. I don't want to let them get the free like bonus damage off the second one. Okay, well 12 against 3 cards in hand is pretty good. So I'm basically at 6 against 2, so... Whoo! That's a nice one. I guess my opponent's just going to Tarkus command me. No? That can't be good for them. I'm also just not drawing the Baloth. I can just stay right on there. Okay. I don't think I can take 10 here. Let's draw the Baloth. So, I should have my opponent dead right here. And let me just double check. I should have 12 mountains in my deck, so I need to find 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's still 7 left in my deck. Oh, and I even gain 7 life when I do this. So I would like one Valakut, Stomping Ground, another Stomping Ground, a Cinder Glade, and some mountains. Valakut. I'm not going to worry too much about this. I'm pretty sure I clicked the right number of mountains. Oh my gosh, this is so many triggers targeting my opponent. No one has ever timed out of their Valakut triggers in their life. Come on. Always yes, F6. This card's quite good in this matchup. Yeah, this matchup's not as bad as the top 8 made it look. I will note that the Wild Nicodles that Brandon Burton, aka Sandy Dog MTG, was playing make it significantly more obnoxious. So, what do you actually want? I don't like Emrakul here. I don't think... Well, I guess this is different. Old Burn used to be able to win through an Emrakul hit. This Burn deck just dies on the spot to it. Scapeshift is not super exciting. I don't want Chalice. I think it's too hard to choke them. Their costs are like 2s and 1s, just all over the place. It's just really hard to actually get that going in any time frame that matters. Engineer Explosives is too slow, especially on the draw. I'd rather just have Anger, because that's when this is really going to get online. I guess you can play it for 1 and then sack it on 2. But I like the ability of Anger to mop up like Goblin Guide Eidolon, so I don't want to go down that road. I still don't want that many Anger, so I don't want to add another. I think it's just cut Escape Shift for an Obstinate Baloth. Even though I won that game with Escape Shift, I don't think Escape Shift is the win condition we are looking for. You need things that are a little faster. Cage does nothing, Malira, Grudge, these cards all do nothing. Except for Chalice, which does sometimes maybe something. That's like one thing Burn has gotten significantly better against Chalice of the Void over the last couple years. Yes, I like this hand. It's slower, but we have a lot of good tools against our opponent. That's pretty good. Well, I'm going to take 2 regardless of this Goblin Guide, so I'm just going to pay the 2 life there. Just get it off the board and make things a little more manageable, I think. I guess that's... You get like 1 less trigger this way, but there's a chance I get to use my mana next turn, which seems better. I think that the chance to use my mana is more important because this is a legitimate race scenario. This is probably Eidolon. No? Sweet. So we're not going to play Valakut next turn. We're going to tap our Stomping Ground unless we draw Accelerant. That's Eidolon. Yeah, our opponent just gave us a free card there by that sequencing. So, yeah, we didn't draw a ramp spell of any sort. So we're going to play this tapped. So next turn we have guaranteed painless green-green for our Courser. And then the turn after that we have green-green for the Baloth. Okay, well, Courser's really good this game. Actually, I might just Anger those. Yeah, Anger just seems better here. Wow, that's bad for our opponent. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Anger of the Gods. And then if our opponent passes with 2 mana untap because they know about the Baloth, 4. I mean, I guess there's a chance I die still then. But if they pass here, oh, that's very bad for them. Oh no, that's very bad. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Let's get Mountain and go back up to 9 life. Yeah, so if they had passed with the Tarkus command mana up, I was just going to go for Courser, and then force their hand on, like, if they want to stop me from gaining 1 life with the Valakut trigger. Just, like, Courser, play Valakut, see if I gain a life or not. Yeah, this can't be good for them. Interesting. 9, 10. I guess dying from 9 or 10 is not unreasonable here. They knew about the Bailoff and they didn't leave up command. So that points me in the direction of just playing the second Bailoff being the right play. Okay, that's fine. This attack's good because any haste creature my opponent plays here, I guess I now die to like fetch plus path plus a burn spell, but my opponent has to draw the fetch off the top, and me actually cracking in for damage there is relevant. Six. I'm just going to attack with both and see if my opponent chumps. And if they don't, I can steal the game. They figured it out. Yeah, there's no play besides just double Elder that matters here. Probably dead, unfortunately. I don't think there's anything we could have done to stop multiple Atargus commands there. We did all the interactive things we could. Yeah, especially that. Yeah, there's no way I win this game. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I don't even like trying to set that to 2. I think it's just too slow. And I guess I still like Anger over Explosives on the play. Because, again, that exact spot where they have Eidolon Goblin Guide and you just mop it all up. So on the play, you're looking for fast Breach hands as well as a Bailoff hand. I'm okay with this hand. This card's really shining here. It's not good against any of the other like linear matchups. It's just like good here and like fine against grindy decks. Ooh, burn deck mulliganing, always a good sign. So lead on the Cinderglade tap, so we have a guaranteed green source next turn. As you can kind of see with the game flow here, there's not a ton of decisions. The primary decision comes in these spots where like you're not sure if you need the land or not, need the extra mountain or not for Sakura Tribe Elder. And just like choosing what you fetch. In this case, it's a very clear forest off of the Elder, because we do need the second green to actually, cast spells or something like that. And then the other decision point comes on like when you block and use your Secure Tribe Elder. In this case, it's pretty clean cut because we need to cast something next turn that costs 3 mana. Most likely, well, I guess it could be Courser, or we could just take a bunch of damage and cast that, or we could just cast the card that we top deck that's just perfect for the situation. But sometimes that chip shot 1 damage does matter. Okay, well, I don't want to gain life this game anymore. I'm over it. No! I wanted lands, though. Okay, so... I think I want to stick Courser here. We can get Cinderglade and do that. I think that this is the most disruptive thing we can do to our opponent's game plan, especially because we are short on lands and want to get them off the top and not just use the ones in hand. So we want like the maximum number of shots at that with Courser, but also because we can set up to gain life with Courser on multiple like turns, like on our turn and their turn. So here, I'm going to search for tomorrow. I'm actually going to get a forest here because this maximizes my odds of casting Sakura Tribe Elder this turn. We're also at 14 against 3 cards in our opponent's hand because of the mulligan and the anger being very efficient here. So that's pretty good. Not going to attack with Courser. That's just maniacs talking. Like, you cannot attack. My opponent's at 18, which is a clear Valakut multiple. Like, one of them, it's like 18, 15, 12. 12 is a really clean multiple because that lets us often... One of the things the burn deck can do is deflecting Palomar Titan attack. But if they're at 12, it's just super easy to get, have like 2 Valakuts and then 2 more mountains on the attack. So it's like a pretty clean cut situation to kill them without having your Titan deal combat damage. Well, I'm just going to search again. Gain a life. Play my land for the turn. Like 100% certain my opponent doesn't have Crumble, so that's pretty safe. And I actually don't think I want to spew off the Elder here. So my opponent hasn't Atarkus commanded me. I'm just going to use the Farseek and maximize basics left in my deck. Not that it really matters. $11. If I get mountain off top, I cannot deal 11. Can I deal 11? So I've hit a mountain off the top. I can Titan. Yeah, there's no... I don't want to randomly die to like anything. Especially because I'm putting so many lands on the battlefield between this that it's just not worth it. Well, I'll free roll my land. If my opponent's a maniac and has some kind of threat, that would be kind of awkward, but kind of funny at the same time. Well, I guess I'm going to do that in response to the Skull Crack. And just get back the life on the fetch, guaranteed. One, two, three, four, five. So there's no reason not to just get double Valakut here. then I guess I just play the Tri-Builder. And I don't see a reason to attack. And my opponent's kind of just dead. Yeah, you can definitely work the burn players over if they don't have creatures, and if they mulligan and draw 6 lands. And if you top deck Anger of the Gods at the right time. Okay, cool. I want to draw this mountain so I can play it this turn. No. "20-minute match? What took me so long to win this game?" Yeah, so this, again, if they don't have Wild Nacatl, this matchup's actually fine.